a beautiful sunny winter's day in the UK. I've got fully charged batteries and GoPro and a new toy for capturing far better sound. So there'll be a review of this coming up on the channel soon. So I'm going to get that on, get out there, get car cleaning. Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. As always, thank you for tuning in as always, and thanks for all your support, comments, likes and subscribes. All very, very much appreciated. Anyway, it's a wonderful day today in the UK. Excuse me, a little bit chilly. So what we got today is primarily about testing the Mjjc snow foam shampoo. When I made my previous test, I applied it as a pre-wash just because I don't like putting it straight on and then dragging that around with a sponge. So I used it as a pre-wash. Someone asked in the comments they'd be interested to see what this is like as a shampoo. So today we're going auto wheel first, get some movement. We've got bilt hamber auto foam in here, 200ml. Not the amount I calculated using the panel impact ratio calculation, because as you've seen in my other tests, you just don't need it that thick. You don't need the foam that thick, it will still perform. So 200ml, 800ml of water nearly. So we'll get the wheels done first, then I'll do a pre-rinse using the Carpro K2, then we're going to do foam. And a specific interest for me today is to get the rubbers done. As you'll have seen my winter test video earlier this week, when it was -3, -2, I got pearl on the driver's door to try and stop the pillarless frames and the windows and door rubbers sticking to the door frames. So we'll get that going on. Just got dark side here because I'm running low on that, and some various fairly diluted pearl in the sprayers. And again, that's just to get around the rubbers, get them finished, but I want to get the tyres and all the rubbers looking nice, and hand protection obviously. So just using this up really. I'm going to get round, get this in. Oh, and very quickly, as you can see in the horrific reflection, I have a DJI mic and there's a DJI receiver on top of the GoPro. So hopefully this will mean greater viewing pleasure. This is going to sound weird. A YouTube channel that I follow about analytics, channel development, etc., etc., vidIQ, very, very interesting. They did a analysis the other day of Sam Sulek, saying, you know, he doesn't use great poster frames or great thumbnails. You know, he posts really long videos. But he's got stratospheric amount of subscribers. Why? And it said, because he's genuine, authentic. All his videos are long players and people find him kinda fairly entertaining and relaxing to listen to. So even if you're not a gym bunny, you can just pop him on and soak it up. Anyway, one of the things I did notice, he's quite a good speaker in my opinion, and one of the things I did notice is that he's always mic'd up. So looking at my other videos, you'll notice I'm always trying to escape this. The GoPro always tends to pick up sound from everywhere when it's on the media mod. So the media mod has a front mic, side mic and a back mic, and it tends to pick up everything. Planes, birds, cars, people walking by, my feet on the gravel, the Karcher in particular. Excuse me. So I thought, what can I do to take it to the next level? Let's get this wireless mic and get it on me, on myself. Let's have a quick look. So I'll get it on myself. Sorry if I look a state, I had a hat on a minute ago. Because it was freezing. And then getting all my stuff out, I got boiling. Anyhow, right, I'm just gonna get the snow cannon hooked up and we'll get the dirt moving on the wheels. Right, just gonna get a light spray of bilt hamber on here, just to keep this wet and moving. Literally that much. Easy. And we're on autofoam today. Bilt hamber, autofoam. Sorry. There. So I run out of lead. So we'll just do that to get this moving. Easy. Oop. And just set her down, pop her out. And that's it. By some, stop doing it. By some miracle, the car isn't filthy. It's been 2 weeks since its maintenance wash and it has fared well. Anyway, so we're gonna go a very basic wheel clean. Like I say, it's just a maintenance wash. Main test today is how are we getting on with how does the Mjjc shampoo perform as a shampoo? We shall see. I mean, I had a good feel of it when I tested it the other day and it did feel very, very slick, which is encouraging. It's what we want. That is what we want. So it's not going to be work of art day. I've got half day today. The weather, as mentioned, is wonderful. The dogs are upset. They need to get out. So we get this done as quick as possible, preferably while there's still daylight. And then I'm going to go for a run, short run with the dogs, and then they can have a cool down and a short walk. So I think that will suit them just fine. Weather's been terrible recently, so they haven't really had the airings that they'd like. Right, let's get the worst off that. I'll get the other two done off camera and then we'll get them pressure washed and then we'll do snow foam. I got around the other side and realised I didn't have these on. Why didn't someone tell me? Oh, anyway, trying to formulate a new habit. Anyhow, so that's that all done. And let's see. Stubby hand, Karcher far away, microphone attached to me. Hopefully the sound will be noticeably better. Because I'm hoping that you can hear me and not the pressure washer or what's in front of me. Should be localized. Lovely jubbly. Let's just make sure we got enough hose this time. There. We have. So I'll talk a bit, just in case I'm still audible. Who knows? The mic's supposed to have, you know, it will suppress the sound around me. Get that overspray off. Got to do the exhaust. Lovely. Right then, I'll get the snow cannon ready. So I was dialed back a little bit for the wheels. That was just to keep them moist and lubricated. Right, so now we're on full. And that is all we need. So I'll do half the bottle on this side on camera and then save enough for the other bit, the other side. As you can see, I mean, I think when I did my panel impact ratio calculation for bilt hamber, it said I needed 380 mil. But then subsequently, I did my tests in the IK foamer and found that you could get away with 50 to 1. So like 5 mil of product in 500 mil of water. And that was fine. It still performed a reasonable cleaning action. Right, I've got this much left. So that is going underneath, up in the wheel arches. Weather's been grotty, so I want to get it under there and then we'll start getting it off. Need to get a shot of this straight away. So I know that, you know, with some of my tests, we've been going for how thick can you get it with the Mjjc, but this is kind of on the money. So you've got a small amount of cling, plenty of movement, and it's taking the dirt and the top level of gritty, dusty, swirl mark making nasties off the car. And that is doing a great job. Great job. Lovely. Lovely. Just what we need. So I think we'll start getting this straight off. If you're wondering why it's thicker on the other side, once I'd done the arches, literally 1 minute 30 seconds, I just whooshed up inside the arches, which is nice with the Mjjc because you can tilt the bottle to one side and the pickup still picks up whatever's in the bottle, even if it's on its side. Anyhow, so I'd finished that and I had a little bit more just to put on this side, and I thought I'd quickly grab the camera and film that because it was just impressive to show the consistency and the cling and the cleaning power, etc, etc. Sorry, just getting the attachment in. Right, we are ready to go, and lots of additional underside arches, etc, etc for Foz today. Like I say, weather's been a bit grim. So we'll just make sure that's all clean, grot free, coilover covers doing their job, and that's looking all right. And I think as normal process, we'll look at these panels. I'll get it rinsed off camera and then we'll check out the shampoo. Lovely. Trying to think what was the last coating I put on this car. I think the last coating I put on here was Auto Glim Polar Seal, and I put that on using the IK multi-sprayer. And look at it, still beading and sheeting. Check that. Lovely. And I use the Forester almost every day. It's by no means a garage queen. I would say a driver's car, but I find that a bit cheesy really. It's a car, you drive them. I like driving it, it gets used. Anyway, look, that is those 3 panels. And as I always like to say, I haven't touched the car yet. I'll get the rest of it rinsed and we'll try out that shampoo. Right, we don't need to dwell on that too much, but as expected, bilt hamber, autofoam, half as concentrated as my panel impact ratio calculations suggested, performed fantastically. And now we have 100ml of Mjjc foam shampoo, and we're set to max for the time being. 100ml of product, 900ml of water on max for now. I'll probably dial it down, but we want to see what the consistency is like. Sorry, let's fan that up a bit. Let's fan that down a bit. We've all been here. A little bit less. Oh, come on. There we go. So in my video where I reviewed this previously and I used it as a pre-wash, it was stunning. You can see how thick it is. It is amazing. So I'm going to get round the car. I've gone down to half a turn, easy. And essentially, this is lubrication phase. So we want to be making sure the car's paintwork is nice and lubricated. So when we go in for the contact wash, we don't mark. Cool, I feel like my left arm's going to give up. Right, let's just get this round. It's when the GoPro stabilisation earns its living. I'm throwing the device around with it attached to the stubby gun. And that is that. Fabulous. Right, let me just put this down. Ooh, swapping hands. I always try and put the Canon somewhere stable. Now, I mean, oh, look at that. Watch this. Look at that. That is incredible. So, is it silky, slidey, smooth? Well, yeah, incredible. So this is a bit like the auto glint process. You know, you spray on, just getting my hand in, where you spray on the cleaning product, okay? But obviously you use less and it's really thick. Incredible. So let's just do a rinse. Oh. And it is lovely and slick. It was funny actually, when I reviewed the shampoo, and as I say, I treated it as a pre-wash because there's no way, just waking up the camera, there's no way I was going to go straight in and then drag it around the car. What's the point of all the things we've learnt about contactless wash, you know, and the pre-wash, getting rid of 80% of the dirt using products and sprayers and pressure washers and devices, you know, minimizing that time spent dragging stuff around the car. So I've said before, you read and read and read and read things on the internet, you'll always find a view or a review that suits your opinion. So it's kind of pointless to a degree. Everyone's got a different opinion, but you know, I didn't want to drag it round the car until I'd done a pre-rinse. Anyway, oh, it's genuinely really impressive. Mjjc, I didn't mention this at the start, but Mjjc, I've mentioned this in another video. I'll have the paid promotion tag on the video. Mjjc had previously supplied me with the Canon to test on my channel, which I love. Up to that point, I'd had the auto glint one, which was my first Canon, you know, and it was nice. And I'd mentioned this in my first video when I reviewed the Mjjc. I wanted that when I first got a foam Canon. However, it was out of stock and I hate waiting, so I bought the auto glint one. Now, the auto glint one is wonderful and I really enjoyed using it. My only criticism is it is so unbalanced. It is unbelievable. I kid you not. It's like a comedy sketch. Sometimes you put it down, you hear a walk away from it, you hear a clonk, you pick it up, you look at it, you think, right, you're staying now, and you got to move away, whoop, and it's over again. Even when I put it away in the car cleaning equipment cupboard, it doesn't want to stay up. Oof. Anyway, woof, look at that, is really good. Right, I need to take the mitt off a minute. And then I'm going to spend some time drying the GoPro handle. So, lovely cling as expected. Still really thick, still really slick. Just sitting there, ready to be massaged around the car. So I'm going to whiz round off camera, get the other side done,
as you can see, wonderful being able to see where you've been. So, as I say, I'll get that off, take 5 minutes, and I'll be back. Well, amazing. Really impressed, really impressed. Lovely and thick, lovely and slick, lovely and slidey. Wonderful, really good. As per tradition, do a panel, then I do the rest off camera. Quite fortunate really that I made particular note of the water action, because it shows that it hasn't affected the coating. Still sheeting, still drying pretty much on its own. Look at that. Whoop whoop. Lovely jubbly. So yeah, highly impressed. I'll get that off, get the car dry off camera, and then we'll get into rubbers, and then we'll do a summary and a goodbye. I'm back already. I lied. So, as always, when I'm not talking for 3 minutes, when I was rinsing, my brain is suggesting things to me. So that works. Maybe like Homer. Anyhow. So, if I had one comment, it would be, as it's so thick, it takes a little bit longer to rinse than normal. That's my only comment. Cleaning power, great. Delivery, great. Everything, just great. Slickness, great. I just mentioned that previously, I know, so I don't need to say all that again. Anyway, I think I forgot to mention at the start of the video, I'm going wet coat today, just for speed. So I don't have to go and mix up another spray bottle, Cannon bottle, and apply Polar Seal. So Gyeon, fabulous, my go-to, and it's close and easy. So purely by accident, you now have 3 shots, from mild sheeting and a little bit of beading and going dry to pretty much comparable after I'd applied the shampoo, just confirming that the shampoo hasn't killed the coat, and now we got coat. Check her out. There is a sheet for like a millisecond. I should work for Gyeon. Anyway, I hope it sounds good. Right, I'm gonna get her Gyeoned, get a woolly mammoth. I'll get the rubbers done off cam if I can tolerate not talking for 30 minutes. And then I promise we'll wrap it up. Right, that is that. So, I hope you enjoyed that one. Just a quick whiz round at the end. Pearl and dark side on the tyres, and some pearl on the door rubbers. Keep them nice and moisturised. She's starting to steam up, which is irritating, but nonetheless, she's looking as good as she does. Good day for car washing, actually. Not everyone's cup of tea, but very enjoyable. Perfect temperature for it. Perfect temperature for it. Bit of pearl all up inside the arches, arch liners, mud flaps. Everything going good. Anyway, if you're enjoying the content, I always say this at the end, and no one ever watches to the end. I'm supposed to start reminding people at the beginning, but I keep forgetting. Anyway, it's all about the content. It's all about the content, the enjoyment. That's the main thing. Anyway, I really hope you enjoyed that one. I did. It was a nice and quick one. And I will put a code for 10% off the Mjjc foam cannon, and also a code for 10% off the Mjjc foam, which I hope you all agree performed really well. I think for a future test we can definitely do, I'm going to half the dilution ratio, so 50 ml of Mjjc snow foam, or foam shampoo, sorry, in 950 ml of water. So it's halving the dilution ratio, and I think that will perform just as well, be almost as slick, but not take quite as much time to rinse off. Anyway, also, please let me know in the comments. It's early days. This is my first test of the DJI mic. The display says it's been capturing sound. I can only say I really hope it is. Hopefully you can hear me and not so much of that, and hopefully you didn't hear quite as much of the Karcher, etc, and it was more pleasurable to watch overall and to listen to. But as I say, drop a comment in the comment section if there was any problems with the sound, and I'll tweak the settings to get them perfect. Anyway, as I say, I hope you enjoyed that one. If you are enjoying the content, please consider a like and subscribe and smash that bell button so you get notifications when I post up new content. Next one's going to be, we'll do Mjjc shampoo again, but at the less dilution ratio, less strong. And also, just as an update, I mean, I valeted this car, my last video, about 10 days ago, and look at it, it done good. This was with Meguiar's shampoo, Meguiar's spray on, spray off last stage protection, and it had a little bit of Meguiar's ceramic quick detailer, and it's done really good. I mean, you can see the coating is still performing. I haven't touched the car, obviously. It's still performing. As you'd imagine, it's starting to cling up its flanks, which is what you'd imagine or expect. But at least this is a good demonstration for me to show where the road grime's getting up. It's killed the coating, it's starting to stick. Where it's clean and just been wet, the coating is still performing, just about. It's been a very damp day and we're still starting to see some dryness. So, all thrilling stuff. Anyway, that's it for this one. Any questions, comments, suggestions, drop them in the comments. I'll get back to you as soon as humanly possible, as always. And if you have any ideas or things you want tested or tried out, again, drop a comment or personal email, or follow me on Instagram, message me on Instagram, and I'll get back to you as soon as possible. Cheers everyone, thanks, see you again soon, bye. I did also mean to say, the reason I didn't film last weekend, or there's no content last weekend, it never went above -3 in the morning or in the daytime, Saturday, so I couldn't even use the hoses, and on Sunday it rained all day, so all good intentions totally scuppered. So my apologies. I need to get some content in the bank so I can start getting it up every Sunday without fail. Thanks again, see ya, bye.